Oh, yeah, let's get ourselves going. Yes, excellent. This works. Okay, we actually kind of works because we have this here. We're almost working. And hey, are we all live? This is so much going on here. This is literally too much for my brain to cope with. Yeah, I've been working on some various interesting bits and pieces here. I didn't have quite enough time to test this, but I figure we'll give this a go, right? Whoa! So everybody, did everyone watch my 10 things to do video? 10 things to do before Kerbal Space Program 1.0? What was your favorite thing to do?
My favorite thing to do was dancing.
You were dancing. Sky was doing interpreting the plight of the Kerbal race through interpretive dance or whatever. Okay, here we go. So, this is of course a standard. This is the M300 or whatever, the steer wing. It was in the previous version. There are some minor bugs with this aircraft, but right now I want to test something. We're just going to take it up to altitude for a little while.
Alright.
Everybody likes planes! Come on, planes are awesome because planes explode more often. I can't believe people are down on planes. But we're going to send this up on a special research trip, right? We have had some, we've had some interesting developments in Kerbal Space Program recently, and I figured that I would actually follow up with some of that. Oh yeah, it's very important. We have Molly Kerman and 4 Kerman, and you know what? I'm gonna have to fix that. It's a flapping plane. It's a flappy plane. So we're up at a reasonable altitude now. Is this a reasonable altitude? Okay, so let's... Flappy Bird. Yeah, I think we're gonna go up to about 8,000 feet, right? Oh, this is just like a, jet plane kind of thing. The important thing is this has a very special payload that we would like to check. I've not had a chance to follow all the various streams because there's been so much streaming going on. It's been insane this weekend. This weekend has been just non-stop crazy Kerbal attention. I am so happy by the response that the game has had. A lot of places are publishing stories. Prominent people are wishing it luck. And, it's gonna be big tomorrow. And you know what? It is just a matter of time until we get an astronaut in space saying that they got their first, real experience at flying spacecraft in Kerbal Space Program. Okay, so we're gonna level out now that we're about 10 kilometers up. You know what? This plane does have some serious issues with pitching down, I must say. But we're just going to point the nose down and throttle way the hay back. We need to slow this thing down a bit. Okay. I do have my own Twitch channel, SuperDark42. It's not... My Twitch channel is not SuperDark42. That was someone asking me what my Twitch channel is. My Twitch channel is Szyzyg, SZYZYG, which was a name that I purposely chose because no one else in the world would ever have that name because it's a ridiculous name.
It's a really bizarre name, really. But also at the same time, I like it.
Okay, I'm gonna let this thing slow down because we're actually operating at higher velocities than the payload is intended for. Yeah, so we need to slow the aircraft down, and this is where I wish I had air brakes. Oh yes, pressing B, look, deploys these flaps. We actually have various flap deployment positions, which we're not going to try doing, but... Oh my, that's right, I'm going to kill Bandicam. There we go. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to kill that. That is my Bandicam FPS there. No, you think it's a rocket? Okay, can we have some bets as to what's in the payload bay? Can we have some bets? Come on, seriously. What do you think it is, Sky? I know you don't know. Orion saw it, but I certainly didn't. Now, this is something that has featured recently in my...
Orion saw, but you didn't?
Yeah, well, no, Orion saw it when we were testing. Okay, I think we're ready to go. We're going to open the payload bay. Right? And I am going to do this carefully. I'm going to pitch down. Pitch down and press space. Oh. Well, okay, that needed a little bit of work. Did anybody see what it was? Did anybody see what it was before it destroyed itself?
What was in it? Do you know?
It,
I'm gonna get Ryan out here to
no,
tell
no,
us.
we're gonna go back. Okay.
Ryan, what was in the thing?
So I was trying to figure out something that nobody would have done this weekend. There's so many features in the new Kerbal Space Program that I needed to come up with something that nobody else would do.
So,
And I decided that I would test an air-launched surfboard. So this is a surfboard that I was testing.
Someone said that.
Yeah, somebody said the surfboard. So I need to fix this just a little, I think.
Has anyone gone surfing? That's
You've
fun.
gone surfing, yeah?
I went surfing with a dog.
You went surfing with the dog. I need to fix this because the front kind of get messed up, I think. Oh, actually, that's what it is. I'm just going to do this. So first of all, we have some deployment issues. And I think the reason we have deployment issues is because... I don't know, I'm not sure why, but we're going to have to figure this out. One of the things I figure is that we're attaching it from the rear, which is a serious problem. So instead, I think what we need to do is make our root BART something that, so we can radially attach. Oh, you know what? We could just radially attach there, right? Okay, let's take this thing out. Oh no, we need to actually take it out. What are people saying that I'm being silly?
No.
Because they would be totally correct. I am being a little silly, but there are serious surf aerodynamic issues to contend with. Okay, so we need to flip that around. Why does this not want to show up? Okay, never mind. I'll do this. What's the thing that people have been planning on building when they get their hands on KSP 1. What? Yes, I am silly. What?
Everyone's in a way silly.
Well,
True.
I kind of
I'm
grew up with
silly.
Monty Python, so that's where I'm. That's what I'm feeling. Monty Python. Okay, so we'll try this instead, and then hopefully we can attach this. That might work a little better. Okay, how's that looking? Needs to be a little higher. So the idea being that this thing will work. Okay, so I do need to rotate this thing. So I need to grab... Is this the one I need to grab? Let's see if this will rotate the whole thing. What? What are you giggling at, Sky?
Everything.
You're giggling at everything?
And how my hair is like, you know, like your hair gets wet and then it gets dry and then you can crack it.
No, I don't know anything about my hair getting wet.
He can't. He only has.
Pardon the little girl. I can't really get rid of her since it is Sunday. You see, this is what happens when you have a stream during the daytime for all you people.
You have to do it at the middle of the night instead.
I have to do it in the middle of the night instead. This is not cool. Okay, you know what I'm gonna
And then
do?
you fall asleep and then you just keep it running, and then you wake up and it's still running.
Man, I'm trying to lift this thing up, but it does not want to translate. Let's try this. Ah, there we go. Nope, it doesn't want to move. I'm trying to make sure this thing does not sit inside my surfboard, because of course that will cause my surfboard to undergo rapid unplanned disassembly. So what we need, I guess, is an extra strut on here. Da da da. There we go. Da da da. Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Okay, that's not quite right. Are people wondering why I'm doing this? I mean, I could be doing mathematics, right?
It's in the afternoon here.
Does anybody have any request, by the way? Because obviously I'm playing this a little bit silly right now. Yeah, I'm gonna move this whole... Oh, crikey. I gotta move these... I gotta somehow set this up so that this isn't gonna get destroyed. So these things need to be longer. But we also need enough headroom.
Don't sing anymore.
Don't sing anymore. Everybody says that. But, you know, I used to be a professional... naturally, I used to be an amateur singer. I used to be very amateur. I mean, everybody becomes an amateur singer when, you know, enough beer is involved.
I played at Oakland Youth Chorus.
Yes, I know you have actually performed singing because people wanted to see you sing.
And I was in a parade.
And you were in parades. Okay.
And my friend saw me.
Okay. That might work a little better. Let's just...
Hopefully.
Yeah, so hopefully this will work just a touch better. I'm going to rotate it just one tiny teensy bit upwards. The idea being that it does want to go up. Okay, so now we can grab this whole thing. Oh, wait. No. We should be able to grab this whole thing and slide it backwards. There we go. I think that's us almost at the right status. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, wait, did this thing shoot? How did... I didn't mean to do that! I went...
Okay.
What? What's... Nah.
Read that.
I can't read that. I'm concentrating on this. This probably shouldn't be sticking out the bottom of the aircraft. I'm trying to drag this way, but the thing wants to go upwards. Ah. So much for that. I thought I would just detach it and it would be like super easy to reattach, but no. Kerbal attachment logic got the better of me. Okay, are we better off now? Yeah, we're much more closer to the middle here. Let's close up the patient. And I gotta close it up in here because there's some issues with things. Okay, save. Let's try this. So this, by the way, is something I got in a growler from Oakland Ale Industries down in the Fruitvale. They have a place called the Jingletown Jazz Room. And it is a mocha coffee beer. Oh dear, my staging got a little messed up. Angle snap does kind of get in the way of things. Okay. Right, what was it? I need to change my thing here. This and this and this. And you know what? I should probably put air brakes on this thing. Well, then again, the joke is out. We know what's going to happen here. Yeah, this Ale Industries, they do like short runs of practically everything. They're trying to get themselves established. They're pretty cool. Okay, let's throttle this up. Let's get in the air. I don't really care to test this too much. I just want to open it up and see how it works. No, I want to do this. So I want to do... Are we ready? Let's see how this works. Oh, there we go. Deployment successful. Hey.
You want me to try to find the kitty? My cat?
Why is this not firing? Apparently the liquid fuel system oh, yeah, the liquid fuel was drained into the aircraft. That's great. So now we've proved it can fly. This is important. The next step is obviously make it a manned vehicle. And I got it. I'm looking down here because this is where like 5 chat windows are, right? It's pretty complicated, trust me. And in a while, we will have a 3-way hookup. So currently, I'm rebroadcasting this on my own channel, but I'm also broadcasting it on. It will later be broadcast on a 3rd Twitch channel. So we're definitely looking forward to things. Okay, so important is I need to get in here and disable fuel flow. So obviously during launch this thing can't work. So we need to have a lander can set up somewhere in here. I guess we'll have the lander can stuck on here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And we will have a ladder.
Sitting.
Yes, I see you, Sky. So for utility, we can just use an extending ladder and have him walk across the space to the thing. Let's deploy this extend ladder. Yes, so he'll climb across there, jump off, and get on board, right? I'm going to close this up. Close. So yeah, it has been really a fascinating week for me. I mean, obviously
I don't have a Twitch channel.
You don't have a Twitch channel, I know. But you don't play anything other than, like, Animal Jam.
I play, like...
Or EVE Online. Who's going to watch EVE Online? EVE Online is full of people that like spaceships. Look, here is my Rifter. Rifter being a, you know, signature, an iconic EVE Online spacecraft.
Lucky's only part Chihuahua.
It looks very small here, but in the game, that is supposed to be the size of a jet airliner. Okay, moving this out of the way. First of all, oh, you know what? I didn't revert. I didn't put anyone in this. I trained Sky to play Eve and get on kill mails. She's the youngest person I know to have scored kill mails in EVE Online. When she was 7 years old, she was working out in. She was hanging out.
People play Animal Jam, really?
What?
Well, there are YouTube channels with just people who play Animal Jam.
I'm sure there are. So she hung out on the edge of Minmatar Losec and waited for haulers to come through. And then she would, specifically ones that were going to planets, and then she would get in and kill them. Oh, okay. So Valentina, where are you? I don't want to open the bay. There's a little bug going on here.
I'm glad Kerbal...
That didn't... Pardon me. That is not what I intended to have happen. Okay, that is actually an alternate way to get inside. The only thing is there is a slight bug here with the air. So, I'm sorry about that sneeze there. There is some issues with these air intakes and the bay. The collision detection is not 100% at this time. I should have got... Wow, look at the passenger module. I hadn't realized how many people they put in this. Okay, this is gonna work again. The forums may be down.
Lucky's so cute.
I sneezed out a Kerbal, yes. Ah! Okay, let's try EVA on Valentina. Ready? Oh, hatch is obstructed. I can't exit. Oh, man. Never mind. Let's just open this thing. So, EVA. I think what's going to happen is these air intakes may end up being obstructed. Okay. Bored. Sky. Sky. You're getting bored, I can tell. Let's see if this will work. Okay. Da-da. Da-da.
I've only played Kerbal Space Program like 2-3 times. For some videos though, like how to build the simplest rocket. But I used to build like giant rockets, like you guys.
Yes. This didn't work, did it? How come I can't do this? Is this beer like destroying me or something?
No.
Okay. I have a different plan. Since I'm gonna put her back in there and I'm just gonna walk her over the top because clearly this is not gonna work. I am very sorry for this interaction issue. This is unfortunate. I was hoping to go out and do like an asteroid mining episode thing, but that's not gonna happen. For many technical reasons. Incidentally, have you looked at the marvelous IVA? Oh wait, you can't see it. If she was sitting further back, you could see all of these things. We have an airlock and everything, so fasten seatbelt. But no, we're gonna.
That's basically like passenger plane, kind of.
Yeah, we're gonna walk down the back of this thing, and then she will magically teleport through when she gets close enough to the seat.
Yeah.
There, now she's in the seat. Isn't she? She's in the seat. Okay, let's F5! F5! Save this thing. And we need to put these engines on. There we go. Now we're ready. F5.
Fix your staging and it doesn't work.
The staging is set up. Staging is all for the awesome, right? we will have this surfboard flying soon.
You're pretty sure.
Yes, I know. Okay. So I'm going to throttle back just a bit. We'll get her up to like 1,000 feet. And then we'll put her in control. I have not switched over to the new landing gear. This is a stock aircraft. I've actually had a very busy day. I had to go take kids swimming and things. So
yeah,
we've had...
my hair's wet. That's why my hair's wet.
Yeah, and you're also supposed to do homework, right?
I finished, like, all the pages.
Yes. Kerbal is awesome in the same way that, you know, staring at the sun is awesome or something like that. Okay, let's try this. Open the cargo bay. Yes. So now the aerodynamics kick in. She is ready to go. She is totally gonna go. Can I control from here? The thing is, if I control from here, the staging's still not gonna work. Are we ready? Oh yes. Okay, now get in here. Turn, turn.
It's a hoverboard. Oh, I did see this. I did see you doing this.
Yeah. Okay.
We called it the hoverboard.
Okay, so look, she's got some speed up. I guess I just don't have any fuel in this. It sucked the fuel out of it despite my telling it not to suck the fuel out of it.
No, it's math.
No.
My homework's math.
Why does this should be connected to this? Why does it not work? Well, never mind. We're going to glide back to base. I'm going to try landing on top of the vehicle assembly building. What do you think? Let's time accelerate because it could take a little bit of a while. Oh. I don't know what that was, but it was probably fatal. It had fuel this works on its own normally. It's when I copied the parts into the sub-assemblies, I think the fuel flow got broken. And unfortunately, doing time warp does seem to affect its ability. I'm going to try it without turning on infinite fuel. I'm aiming for the top of the vehicle assembly building. So I've turned on 2 times time acceleration. Why do you wish you had a bowl of ice?
Like you dump it down your shirt.
Yes, that's not going to happen.
Well, I wish I did. Because last time I did that, that was fun.
Does Valdez, okay, I'm sure he did a far better job than me. Yeah, I could probably make this back to shore. Let's just fire up the engine. Infinite fuel.
A bowl of ice.
There we go. Let's actually try flying.
Put it down her shirt.
Let's just see how fast this thing goes. What's not da 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 da. Da 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 da.
I have a present for you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah, she just put ice down my shirt. And she's putting it in my ear. That is awful. Is that just hanging in my ear or something? Please don't do that, Sky. Okay, let's see if I can get it on top of the vehicle assembly. Oh, no. Throttle up, throttle up, throttle up. I'm going to throttle back, and... Excellent! There we go! Brilliant! Let's throttle up again. Come on!
I think that's a test dummy.
Okay, Valentina, is she out of the seat?
That has to... No, she's not out of the seat.
Oh wow, where is this thing? Is this our first interesting bug of the aerodynamic system? Where is this? Where it's like shooting off to infinity. I don't know where this is now. Yes, okay! Okay!
Hey,
Bugs!
It looks like EVE Online. It looks like in the middle of the nowhere. In the middle of nowhere. You had that in there for at least 2 minutes.
Okay. Let's just try this again. And...
I want to see our cat. The cat that was in the 10 things to do.
There we go. There it goes. I wonder if I can chase after this thing and fly back into the bay. What do you think? You think this has enough speed? Let's go for it. I think this thing may not be sprightly enough to keep up with the aircraft, but let's see. 0.7. Oh. No, this is not going to happen. 1.2, 1.3. Yeah, this thing is going way too fast. It's going 180. Yeah, we're not catching up. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, Sky is really getting annoying.
Cause that's the job of a kid. That's the job of the kid.
I'm gonna try reload. I'm gonna try flying back inside this thing, right? I've already done re-entry with the surfboard. Sky? See, this is why all my streams are like 10 o'clock at night after the kids have gone to bed. There's a reason for it. It's not accidental. I'm not just being bad and evil to the people that live in Europe, right? Otherwise, you get Sky in it all the time.
No, but I stay up and I'm still awake at 10.
Okay, we're gonna throttle back to like this. Okay, that's better. Now if we open up the 6. And then we're gonna press space. Oh, excellent. But we're now gonna press 6 to close that. And throttle up. There we go. Now we're chasing after this thing. This thing might actually be faster. Oh!
Next thing you know, you're gonna be able to color the things that you want, what color you want. Like, play.
What the heck happened there? What? 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 No, like, did you see that? She, like, accelerated up to 120. I want to try flying this thing and get inside the bay. That's what I want. Okay, hopefully we'll get in the air this time. This is just, like, insane. Oh, come on, come on. Throttle up. Throttle up, throttle up, throttle up. Get off the end of the runway. Yeah, I want to go fast enough, but not so fast. There we go. Stay there. Is that level? It's still slowing down just a touch. Okay, I think that's good enough to go. Once again, press. There we go, throttle that up. Okay. Look, look, watch this! I'm like falling out of the sky! My aerodynamics stopped working for some bizarre reason. Oh dear! I'm sorry devs, but I just highlighted another bug in your aerodynamics model. Okay.
There's like 50 bugs.
Well, what else should be... The bay door's closing. Oh, look! I think I know what's going on here!
Change your staging.
No, I know what the bug is! The cargo... I bet you when the parts are in... We've just discovered a bug live on air. This is live testing. I'm betting that what's happening is when the doors close, the parts that were previously inside the bay got told, hey, you're inside the bay again. The bay's closed. You can't work anymore. So I'm prepared to bet that's what's happened. So I'm going to leave the bay open this time, right? Because I think that may just be fine. We're going to leave the bay open and see if she falls from the sky. Okay, is that good? I gotta slow down just a touch. Okay, there we go. Coming out. And then... There we go. And now she flies. So, I think what's happening is the wings are carrying their state of being inside the bay with them, right? So when the bay closes, it says, "Hey, you're not aerodynamic anymore." Should we try flying around inside the bay? This is totally what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna surf inside the aircraft.
What?
Yeah, this is
What?
totally what we're gonna do.
What? But then that's not air surfing.
Ah,
You're
she's...
sitting in a plane and letting it carry you. Basically.
Look at this, there... Oh, you know, I wonder... Let's actually get out in front. Let's get out in front for a little while. And then switch to the aircraft.
Close the door.
Where's my... There she is!
Wait,
This
there's
is...
2 Kermans, right?
Wow, so not only did we discover a bug, we also had this kind of fun thing to do. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try slowing myself down, you see, by pitching. So I'm gonna try... I'm gonna do this, right? What that does is it slows my velocity sufficiently that this thing should be able to catch up with me. And you know what? I wonder if I can point the nose down just a touch. There, so it's... so that we're not continually rising up into the atmosphere. There, slow down a little more. This was a lot easier to do when I wasn't flying a surfboard.
If I was doing this stream, basically I would be brushing my hair and crashing every 3 seconds.
Yeah?
That's what I'd be doing. I'd be like, okay, play with
Okay,
my
let's see
hair,
if we can get back inside the bay. Uh-oh. There we go. Sorta. Well, yeah, it's once I get inside, I stick like a fly because those tails, they push the nose down. So if I can get back inside the bay, I should be able to do fun things. The board should not be flying. Yes, that if it was a conventional surfboard, it should not be flying. But this is not a conventional surfboard. This is Val's surfboard. And as you know, Val has the badass flag. Val is the equal of Jebediah, and I expect lots of badass Val comics soon, because, you know, Jebediah Kerman, Thrill Seeker, was cool and all that, but Val is even more a thrill seeker than Jebediah Kerman. You have it from me. I mean, you know, if you look at the current astronaut in space, Samantha Cristoforetti, she is a fighter pilot. Like, she is one of the first fighter pilots in the Italian Air Force. So she's, like, pretty badass. And she obviously is a Star Trek fan and likes coffee. So, you know, she scores pretty well for a lot of things, if you ask me. I bet there's a bunch of people saying, you should use caps lock for fine controls. Yes, I could, but you know what? Uh-oh, what was that, Sky? Yes, inside the bay. Expert navigation. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is switch to this and close the bay and throttle down. Cool! Now we're flying and we should be able to throttle back up and take her back. So there we go, live bug finding. Live bug finding is pretty awesome. And I'm sorry, devs, I didn't mean to find that bug. That was purely accidental. But, yeah. No, thank you. I can't really crunch things on air because it's all crunchy crunch.
That's good.
So you think we can land it without killing her? Okay, I actually got to throttle back. I forgot to put air brakes on this thing. I'm almost out of beer. This is a big problem. And you know what? I think I'm going to cut my throttle completely right now because I need to slow down a bit. one of the problems in the early builds that people had an issue with, I guess, was that with the new aerodynamic model, slowing down in time to land was a serious issue. So we pleaded with the developers, can we please have air brakes? And PorkJet delivered. He came through with air brakes and they were awesome, and we were so happy, and yeah, you know, there was much celebrating and people feasted on aardvarks and baboons and, you know, fruits and nuts and things like that. And then they changed the aerodynamic model to make it slightly thicker again. So all in all, it was very eventful dev cycle. I don't want to be revealing, you know, sure, there were things that weren't perfect the first time around, but I think I have been really impressed with what's been going on. And I think everybody in the test team really did a great job. Everybody in the dev team has done a fantabulous job. And in particular, you know, let's talk, you know, Ted. Ted has been really good at, like, keeping people like me in line who's like, well, I think, you know, we should have this feature and it's more important than all the other features. And he's like, we gotta get this thing delivered for Monday. We've got a hard deadline. Okay, now let's throttle up again. I don't want to stall and fall out of the sky. So, starting to concentrate. You know what they say, like, if you're a pilot dealing with an emergency, you shouldn't be talking over the radio. The number one thing...
Really silent.
Well, no, I get very quiet sometimes when I'm concentrating. But
That's
I think...
what everybody does.
Yeah. But I mean, when you're flying a plane, there's a lot of things to deal with. Yeah.
But it's not... If you're a real plane flyer person guy...
Plane flyer person guy.
That's my name for flyer people.
Yes! Okay. I think I'm gonna call that a victory. Let's open the doors. Look at that. She's still in there!
But she's crooked. I think she's the cat.
Yes, they only have a few hours left to... Okay, so now what should we do? Let's go... can I just play, like, a bit of career mode? Because I think I have to get on... actually, let's go back to the Space Center. Okay. Yeah, let's, you know, this is a kids channel, not too much beer. I understand that I have a reputation, but it's not, you know, you can be cool without drinking beer, let's say, right?
But Jack Sparrow can't. He's already funny. So.
Fastest plane possible. Well, if you look at this, you want me to try mining. Oh, man. Yes, Casper's... I've seen now on Skype that Casper's like, please don't talk about the beer too much. So, I'm drinking beer and it's done. But, be sensible. Let's say that. Okay, we could take a look. So the fastest aircraft, I think, conventionally, is the Ravenspear, right? Isn't it the Mark IV? Now, the only problem with the Ravenspear is these winglets will get disintegrated really, really quickly at high heats. So you should replace them with something a little more robust. I think... Now, does it tell you the heat max temperature 2000? We need something... yeah. Anything tougher than that?
Nyan Cat.
No, we don't have Nyan Cat installed.
It's Nyan Cat.
Nyan... I do the Nyan Cat and it turns into the Benny Hill theme. Yeah, I don't know, this... Yeah, I don't think that's going to be any more robust, but what we need is something to provide vertical stability, right? We need...
Dad, build a Hulk that can mine asteroids.
Oh, sorry, I'm sneezing again. And these engines are too wimpy. So one of the things they did was they changed the way the airflow, the way engines perform. And you'll find that engines, the the turbojets just are way better at certain speed ranges, whereas the regular jets are way better at low speeds. So you will find that jets that previously worked well and were super fast may not work as they used to. I'm going to add some more of these. Let's see how fast this goes. There are no new planets. So there are no new planets at this time, but there are more reasons to visit asteroids because you can mine them. Okay, watch this. Gear up. How fast do you think this will go before it reaches the end of the runway? Look at that, Mach 1 before the end of the runway.
Mine and asteroid.
Yes.
Just flying that.
So, how fast was that going? Did anyone catch? Yeah, none of those intakes take supersonic speeds particularly well.
Okay. Mine some asteroids.
Everyone's asking to mine asteroids.
Then mine some asteroids.
Okay, let's just try take it. Look at. I love the way this.
Do loops then. If you're not gonna mine some asteroids, do loops. Or sell something.
I'm trying to maneuver at supersonic speeds here. That's really putting the stress on the aircraft. See how I'm bleeding off speed here? Like, that is a completely natural part of air combat. Your turn, you basically, if you're flying like an aircraft in a turn, there's like a maximum speed you can turn sustained without losing velocity all the time. And if you can exceed that and turn harder. Whoa! Look at this.
If this explodes, mine some asteroids.
This will explode. The question is when this explodes. Okay.
Mine asteroids.
I'm gonna just go into a vertical climb here. Oh, infinite fuel is still on. Yeah, we should turn that off. That's not cool. Why is infinite EVA fuel? Oh.
Gonna explode.
Ah well, I lost some engines there.
KSP, make it explode.
Oh, wait. Okay, so here's a fun thing. I've lost most of my aircraft. Do you think I can land this part?
No.
We have the reaction wheels, toggle torque, disabled, idle. Okay. I'm gonna totally try and land this thing. What do you think?
When this explodes, you have to mine asteroids.
I'm gonna close the intakes on all of these. Close.
Why don't you abandon it?
No, because I want to see how well it flies. It might
Abandon
actually.
it.
No, I'm gonna fly it. I'm gonna try flying it.
Then why don't you fly up to it?
Well, right now I'm trying to figure out. Look at this. How far is it gonna go? Look, this thing got to space with turbojets alone. That is how fun new aerodynamics are. Okay, we gotta enable this, and I'm gonna point prograde. That's the important thing.
Try to mine asteroids in that.
I don't think I can mine asteroids on account of asteroids not being there. Okay, here's the problem. I gotta conserve my electric power because that's the only thing I'm gonna have torque for. There we go. We made it to space. There. Okay. Space turbojets. So I'm deliberately I've deliberately applied closed these intakes for the simple reason that those will provide some drag. And they might pitch my nose up naturally. The only control I have is the reaction wheels inside this, and the power to the reaction wheels is extremely limited, right? So if I'm going to get any control, I have to conserve my power. As soon as that power is out, I am doomed. So I'm trying to keep the nose up and hopefully pick up some lateral velocity here. That's the idea. I think this is going to pancake into the ground, but I'm prepared to try otherwise.
What?
What?
Squash it.
No, I'm not going to squash it. I'm going to totally see if I can put this down in some same manner. If I can land this, I will be super impressed. Like, I think this is dead. But I'm not going to call it dead. I'm never say die. Never give up. Never surrender.
Give up. Give up.
I'm not giving up.
Give up. Give up.
Okay, look. That is now me applying full torque.
Give up.
Okay, and I got to watch this here. So I'm bringing this up. You know what? I should... There's no way to dump liquid fuel, is there? Okay. Yeah, this is going straight into the ground. There's no control surfaces here.
Okay, then give up. Give up.
No, I'm not giving up.
Give up.
Landing gear out, just in case.
You're gonna die.
Never say give up.
Give up.
Oh well.
Now mine some asteroids now.
Okay, Space Center. Okay, I'm trying to use the intakes to pitch up. Okay. Yeah, I was really hoping to do asteroid mining, but what happened was I didn't have time to try and develop a spacecraft, so...
Mine.
I love these pictures, by the way. Very, very nice.
Just mine asteroids now.
Okay, so we need to start... We need to think big, right? Mark II command pod. Actually, let's not think about that. Let's think about... We need to have something with, like, a tankage, right? So, the obvious thing to do is the lander can, because the lander can actually get things on top of it. So on top of it, we're going to have the whole mining system up here, right? Aerodynamics. Let's build one of these magnificent little protective shells. Look at that, huh? We don't need this right now. We're just going to start putting stuff on top of it. So
1 year he was a Kerbal for Halloween.
Yes, I was a Kerbal for Halloween 1 year.
No, I think
was
that was last year.
Yes, it was.
It was the year.
We're gonna put a small holding tank here.
It was the year before last year.
Yes, last year I was a pilot.
Last year he was a pilot.
Drill-o-matic.
He had like the goggles that we had. He's still looking for it.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna.
Cap and the goggles.
Let's throw that away. So this is what we need. We need 2 of these drills.
Why don't you just like use one that you already
And we
have?
need a converter plant as well, don't we? So I should probably move this. Oh, pick this up. Put this here. We're gonna try and figure out all the parts. Make sure it all works. What else? We need a claw on the front, right? You think that's gonna work? And then we're gonna need some big-ass solar panels. Big-ass solar panels. Where are our Gigantor solar panels? Yeah, that'll do. It may not be enough to really power it, but all I'm caring about is trying to get this thing to the destination right now. Gonna strap some batteries on there just as well. Oh, and we need lighting. Lighting is going to be very, very important on the nose of this thing.
I used to just plain old play this when my dad just left it playing, and then so I just build like one. If you weren't on the screen, it would be that tall. Yeah, that.
There we go. And then we'll put some lights on it because we want to see. Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm not going to put the lights out here because I want everything to be visible. So we're going to have Illuminator Mark IIs down.
Do you have fuel yet?
No, I haven't even built the launch system.
Then you need to put fuel.
So that'll be illuminating the world. And we need some batteries. Batteries. So I will absolutely say that I haven't actually spent much testing ISRU behavior. So this could be a complete failure, right? So now, build fairing. So we're going to have a small bit out there. And then we're going to go up. And there. So that's our fairing for our launch system. Now underneath this we're going to have a whole vehicle that actually is capable of doing all the stuff that these vehicles need to be able to do. What is it? Let's see the watch. No, I don't have the Apple Watch because I didn't order it in time.
It at midnight.
I didn't order it at midnight. I know many people that do have the devices, but nope, I'm not one of them.
He only has this watch, which is using.
Oh, you know what we're going to need on this is we're going to need nuclear engines, which I believe they fixed the nuclear engines. Engine just needs liquid fuel now, right? Just so you know. So that's that. That's our liquid fuel. We should probably put. I'm gonna put some of these on, just to give us some power there. Thruster blocks. We're gonna need that for fine maneuvering. And actually, what I should do is figure out center of mass here. So, oh, you see, look at that. I must be quite used to this game if I'm putting it exactly on the center of mass. Okay, we got a vehicle. I have no idea how much Delta V this thing has. Let's see what Mech Jeb thinks.
Wait, you do have fuel in that, right?
Delta V stats.
You have fuel.
It doesn't actually know. Yeah, okay, so it's not working right now. There are changes continually happening to the mods, so this is not going to happen. There we go. So we need... Where is my large decoupler? Decoupler. Oh, there it is, there. That's problematic. I'm gonna put on another fairing underneath this, I guess, just so that it looks cool. But before we put the fairing on, we need to put on EAS, strut, coupler, gizmo things. There, that'll hold it, make it a little more stable. What's going on in the chat, Sky?
Words I can't pronounce because I don't know how to pronounce them. That's what's happening.
It doesn't want to place. There we go. There we go. Oh, there. So there's our fairing on that section. It's going to look like a bit of a blister or something there. Okay, so now we need super big ass rocket, don't we? We need something. And. So we need size adapters. And I'm just looking for the relevant parts. There we go. This is going to be a pretty big rocket, I have to say. I've no idea if it will be powerful enough, to be honest. So I'm just going to go and put on a bunch of parts. I think that might work. What do you think? Space launch system or burr bust? Space launch system or go home? I'll put some nice big wings on it.
I made blown eggs.
Oh, that's great.
They're eggs with holes in them, and there's no yolk.
Let's see if this thing can even launch.
It's a hole. I plan on making something with them.
Okay. I should have just built this fairing the right size. Well, never mind. Let's see how this works. Are we ready? You know what? I better... Let's actually put the fairing back. You know what? I'm kind of concerned... Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Let's go for it. Oh dear, it's a little slow off the pad here. I think I need some boosters. Let's do that. Boosters are always good.
I plan on painting these.
Well, I thought you were going to paint them into Kerbals.
I'm going to paint one with Kerbal.
She wanted to do Kerbal eggs.
This
not Kerbal X, but Kerbal eggs.
Kerbal eggs. One's going to have a Kerbal girl. Just this one's going to have a Kerbal girl. This one's just going to be plain old decorated. I cannot really draw Kerbals that good.
Let's just put a ton of these on. And we might as well put parachutes on these things. Why not, right? Now, of course, I'm going to look for an asteroid once I'm in orbit. That's the first thing.
I really feel like I just... Do you ever make something and then really want to smash it? Or
yes, that's what Kerbal Space Program is about. You make things and then you crash them for fun.
I literally just want to smash this because it's fun.
Exterminate! More thing. Dual core boosters for the... so someone is asking, is it worth getting Track IR for KSP? And I would strongly say, no, do not get Track IR just for KSP. If you're playing Elite, then it is fabulous. If you're playing Star Citizen, it sort of works. If you're playing any flight sim game, Track IR is an amazing addition. Look at that! That is beautiful. Don't you love the way those things are splitting out? That is just stunning. Okay, I'm forgetting that this is the new game and I need to be turning this thing.
I tried to paint one with glitter.
Okay, we are in wet noodle territory here. I should have turned earlier. Now we're picking up too much speed and I'm probably going to lose control of this thing. I am being a complete Kerbal noob here. Get yourself back on track. Thank you. I'm just saying, stay, hold. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Come on.
Well, we didn't get to any aspects. Right?
Well, that was a shining success, I must say. That will be one for all days. Let's revert to the vehicle assembly building. Turn off humble. Turn off rumble? Nah, okay. Okay, let me just see. How can I make this? Well, so first of all, actually, I need to make this thing go in the correct direction to start with. But why did those bits break? I think what we need is some extra drag on the top there, right? So what I'm going to do is add some tiny bits to the top here just to make sure that these things know that they need to get away from me. So tiny elevons, right? So I'm going to zoom in here. The idea being is we're going to use some aerodynamic stuff to enforce separation from our spacecraft, right? So we do that. And then what we do is we grab the rotate. And we want the thing to rotate like that, just one notch. So that'll push the top away. Similarly, we're going to grab this and we're going to make a copy of it. On the other side, let's get them the same height. It's mostly there, not quite. That'll do, and then we'll just disable these. Disable this one. Disable. So, theory is that as soon as these things detach, the top will just pull them away, and they will peel away elegantly and not destroy the rest of my rocket. Oh. Separatrons are boring, you know. I mean, I'm just trying to do something different. We're trying to make this happen. And the other thing I need to do is to remember to turn this thing over. The other thing I need to do is activate my staging. There we go. Okay, so this is yeah. You're seeing the live version of me here. And I'm feeling more than a little flustered. Now, actually, there's been, you know, this is the stages. Sorry, the boosters on the shuttle. They use reaction control systems to push them away, but there are plenty of like Raytol boost engines. They actually tend to be designed to do that. Okay, so we're turning over right away because we're gonna track this. Anyone want to place bets? In my videos, I'm usually thinking my way through things a little more, and now I'm trying to get this thing into orbit and to an asteroid quickly enough that we can actually see something. Actually, I mean, here's the truth. Me and Danny are the same person. That's really what's going on. And sometimes I get here and I forget, and I'm playing Danny instead. Okay, I think I need to throttle down for max Q here. We're exceeding our structural limits. Throttle back up. There! Look at that! Oh dear, that does look rather awful. I'm gonna throttle down just a touch. Okay, come on. You know which way you want to go here. This is not the way I had planned. I'm sorry, this is supposed to be a kid-friendly channel. Right. The problem is we have this, I bet you part of the problem is we have this reaction wheel here that's really just producing this kind of harmonically tuned ascent, let's say. A harmonically tuned oscillation. Okay, we're still doing pretty well though. At least we're pointing in the right direction, even if we're making everyone seasick. Come, I'm gonna try turning this off. Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on! There we go. Now I need to get it. There! Disable those reaction wheels. This should make the thing a whole lot less wobbly. Maybe if I just turn off it. Yeah, SAS is just tuned. That's the best way. Okay. Let's turn this thing back on. Toggle torque. How is our orbit? This is the worst orbit ever! Okay, well, never mind. Maneuver. We can do that. Meanwhile, we need to find an object. Yeah, we can't view in the tracking station. We gotta get this thing to orbit, right? So I can warp to the next maneuver. Worst orbit ever. And then we're gonna fire this up. Thank you. Okay, and I'm just gonna fire up the engines for just a minute. I wonder if I throttle down whether it'll handle the oscillation just a little better. I've made certainly. Am I really Danny? I think you would have to ask Danny that. I'm just saying, have you ever noticed that he never speaks in his videos? Okay. So now we need to go to Space Center. Okay, so we got maybe half an hour to find an asteroid and get on course for it, right? So which ones are going to come close? Cannot switch to... Let's track it. I guess we just need to track everything until we find them on an orbit which is suitable. Track this one. Nope, that's lousy. Track this one. Oh, that one's actually going to encounter us. Track. No. I want to find one that comes here sooner. They're all kind of lousy. Track. Okay, well, let's just pick this one. Is there. Okay, so let's time warp until this thing is getting closer. If you're Danny, we're asking Danny by asking you. Maybe you, Daz, and Danny are the same person. I don't know. Does Daz talk? I've not really been paying attention to him. Wow, did you, oh look, we did have one that actually flew by the plant. Oh look, there, let's track this one. Let's go for that one. That's the one we want. Track it. Okay, so that should be your target, and that's there. Okay, great. Untitled spacecraft, fly. So we have something flying around. But you have noticed that between Dr. Snidely and myself, I am the master of a million voices, right? Set as target. Okay, so how are we going to get ourselves... This thing is going... It's going that way. Man, this is awful. Okay, so I need to... This is going to take a ton of delta V to get in this direction. Is this even worth it? Sure, why not? Let's just go for it. So, what I want to do... There. Add maneuver. So we're going to bring our orbit way out to that, right? And I don't know how fast we'll be moving there, but we won't be moving very fast. So then I can flip the orbit around, and then... So I can perform an inclination change, and then actually fire the engine instead of chasing after this thing, right? That's what I'm going to do. So, maneuver node time. Let's get this thing lined up for the maneuver node. And I can actually use physics to help me here. How are we doing in terms of power? We're doing a little bit in terms of electric charge. We might have to deploy something soon. And then... Okay. Warp to... Warp to next maneuver! Bye-bye, sun! Bye-bye, sun. And then so I'm gonna just throttle this thing up. It says 15 seconds, so I'm just going to do it at relatively low thrust, because the oscillation is just making me seasick. I'm going to jettison those fairings as well. Look at that. I love fairing jettisoning. And you know what? I should add another... Bring the fairings down. We'll jettison those just for good measure. Nope. Yes. There we go. Kessler syndrome is real. I don't actually have 40 more minutes because I have to probably quit at around 15. Or rather, what I'm going to do is switch over. We're going to do a link up with another channel, which will start in 40 minutes. It's going to be really interesting. Okay. And I overshot my thing a little. That is... I was not paying attention. I'm going to have to slow down just a touch. There seems to be some bug with these tanks. Oh no, actually... Okay, let's just do that. Just touch, drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down. And... Dun 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 dun. There, okay. So now... Everyone's saying, like, it's quick save. Why? Whatever. Seriously? Who needs a quick save? Okay, so I'm going to go up so that when I come down... Here's the plan. We're going to swing by. This is where we do the maneuver node. See how I'm only needing 30 meters per second here to get that to change. Right, so do this. Oh, that's a little too much. And then a little that way. You know, what's really going to happen is I'm just going to point it at the relevant node. Okay. Point at the maneuver node. I'm not using infinite fuel. I am not using infinite fuel because that would be for the kind of people that cheat. And we are not kind of people that cheat, right? Okay, we're getting pretty close. So what I really want to do is target that node. And once we're out here, I'm going to do... Come on! Warp to next maneuver. So, you know what? I could actually just chase after that thing. Maybe I should just do that instead. Target. Point towards the target. That's the way we'll go. We'll just go straight after it. I think we'll have enough delta V. Otherwise, this thing is going to get a huge head start on us, and it's going to cause us trouble. So let's kill the maneuver node. Point at the target. What is the velocity? Oh, okay, doesn't calculate the velocity relative to the target particularly well. What I need to do... I'm just going to point at the target. That's really what I'm going to do. Come on! Turn faster, you slow spacecraft, you! There we go. That's our target. There, so we're pointing our stuff down and we're just going chasing after this object. And that's our engine, that's our stage dead. So we can stage and throttle up. Excellent. And you know what? We should also deploy these panels now. Extend the panel. Should probably have these things hooked up to something, but we're not doing that. Okay, I wonder how much delta V I have left. Anybody want to guess? So this is terribly inefficient, right? What I'm doing here is terribly inefficient because I'm not exploiting the Oberth effect. The effect which we often talk about, which basically means that you go faster if you fire your engines near periaps. Okay, separation is kind of lousy right now, but I suspect that we can get these things closer. There, look at that. Escape will be but in a few minutes, and we're burning 1.53. Okay. Let's just do this until we get onto very similar orbits. These things are getting closer. Oh, no, they're not getting closer anymore. Okay, I'm gonna keep doing this until the thing stops getting closer. Oh. Am I getting further away now? 640. Oh, look! Now we get an intersect getting closer. What did I tell you? Yes, you see, this is my plan. And that's unfortunately getting further away. Okay, so we have ourselves on an escape trajectory which will take us the correct distance. So let's depart the system. So now we're going to float away. We're not going that fast, but we're now on much closer orbits. You see that? We're much closer. This thing is going to be 144k away. So, what's the best way to do this? Let's actually set a maneuver up and see. Add maneuver. I'm going to fire myself towards it and slow down. This is where it would be nice to be able to keep track of this, but it's very hard because it's embedded in all these other orbits. No, it's not going to do that. So. Let's try that. 143. 140. So I'm pulling this, and if it decreases the distance, great, we keep doing it. 114. 104. That's making it further apart, yes. 99. You know what? I think I might need to do this a little. 56. We're getting closer. 34. 38. Now, gotta go up a little. 35. 38. Let's try this instead. 46. Get closer! Actually, it looks to me like I'm actually coming inside that orbit, right? So I need to do it this way. There we go. 250 meters per second. We're definitely 49,000 kilometers. But I think I'm lagging behind, so if I accelerate my orbit a touch, 12,000, 8,000. Once you get within that kind of range, you can literally just point the engine and go for it, but I'm trying to get it just a little closer. If I can get it within like 1,000 kilometers, that'll be the ideal. 5,000, 4,500. Okay, come on. 6,000. Okay, so we overdid it. Okay, that's what I'm gonna go with, and then we'll trim it from there. So point at the maneuver node, and the node is in 1 hour. So what we want to do is warp to next. It says warp to next maneuver, and the maneuver is going to be perfect. It's going to be a 2-minute burn on a 1 minute pre. 1 minute pre to the maneuver. So we're just going to sit, and it's going to work. Hello, hello, hello. We're all working really well. So yeah, this is actually real engines, real nuclear engines. They don't use oxidizer because what they're doing is they're passing hydrogen over a nuclear reactor. They're basically cooling the nuclear reactor with liquid hydrogen, and then the hydrogen is shooting out of the back because it's getting so hot. Now, this is why you don't put oxidizer in, because if you put oxidizer in, you would be like using a blowtorch to cool a nuclear reactor. That would probably have bad ideas. It would melt the reactor. As it turns out, the flames coming out the back, the exhaust, is actually cooler than in a regular rocket because it has to be at a temperature which is below the temperature at which the materials fail. So the exhaust is colder, but because it's so light, it actually gives you a higher specific impulse. Specific impulse is proportional to the square root of the temperature and the divided by the atomic mass. And we're going to throttle down. We're going to get this. 3, 2. Oh, slightly overshot. Okay, so nuke this. How close are we? It says we're 4,000 kilometers away. So what I'm going to do is now time warp a little closer. It's still thinking. I'm hoping that we can actually get to this asteroid and mine it. This is the first time I've actually tried using the asteroid mining stuff, incidentally. Okay, so we are 5 days away. So 5 days to cover 5,000 kilometers. Well, let's do it here. Add a maneuver, 4 hours away. And I'm going to make some tweaks to see how this does. 349. 34. Okay, so this is decreasing it. That doesn't decrease it very much. How about that? No, okay, how about this? Well, that increases it that way. Ah, yeah, this is the direction we need to go. So notice that we're actually heading sideways, right? What we're doing is we're heading in this direction. So our error is in the horizontal, the prograde retrograde direction. 1639. 1550. 700 kilometers. Look at this. 600. 480. 423. 49. Okay, so we've overshot just a little. 413. Now, does this affect us? 452 downwards. 379. This is, of course, how NASA does it, right? 118. Now, I should point out that the temperature atomic mass relation that I was talking about, that only matters for engines where you have essentially a gas that's in a thermal equilibrium, like exhausting out a nozzle. If you have something like an ion engine, you actually want heavier mass, right? Oh! and I have to say, yes, I've got in my Skype here Casper saying, hey, remember to remind people about the Shapeways competition. And I'm like, by the way, there's a Shapeways competition. You should absolutely check the forums. I'm sure one of the mods in chat will pop it up there, so please feel free to like promote it and everything. Okay, warp to next maneuver. This is very hard for me to concentrate on, right? See, I have 1.0 because I've been trying to make things happen. I also get things like iPhones before you guys. It's just part of being me. Just kidding. Okay, we're gonna throttle up. 19-second burn. Okay. The room is no longer in subscribers only mode. Yes, I'm watching all this. Thanks, people, for telling us about the Shapeways competition. It's very much... I have my Shapeways items. I should bring it out, except that I'm trying to get to this asteroid and mine it before my time runs out. And by time runs out, I mean stream time. There we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now we need to do anti-target. Surface target 216 meters per second relative to the target. And now watch the distance rise. I don't know how long it's going to take us. I can estimate it's going to take 2 days to get there, so we'll wait until it's like a couple of hours. What? 5 hours away. 4 hours. 3 hours. 2 hours. Okay, so now what I'm looking at is I'm doing retrograde relative to the target, right? So we need to slow ourselves down, but you see that my velocity vector is slightly offset from the target vector. So what I'm going to do is deliberately displace my spacecraft to about here to push my velocity vector closer to the target. And I'm not sure the best place, but I think this will do it. There. How's that looking? 62 kilometers. It hasn't changed anything. I think at this point the estimation of the encounters gets a little dodgy, to say the least. Okay, so we're going to do that. Anti-target. And continue our approach. We're about 2 hours away. And what's also going to happen is that I'm going to start killing my velocity relative to the target. Okay, 50 minutes out. So again, I'm going to make this special maneuver to try and keep my rendezvous, my relative velocity right on the target. There we go. Relative position, 65 and 11. So we've slowed our speed down just a touch here. 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. And yeah, let's just do that. How are we doing? 7.5 kilometers. 3, 2. There's our position down to 1 kilometer. Excellent, 0.2 kilometers. So now I need to set up anti-target. We're moving at 200 meters per second, so if I'm pointing anti-target, we should see it sometime soon. 30 minutes away, so let's watch the clock. How are we doing on time here? I've got 10 minutes to actually rendezvous. Like, when I said I would do, like, refueling or mining of asteroids, Casper was like, you think you're going to be able to do that in, like, an hour and a half? And I was like, I have no idea. But it looks like I'm going to be able to do it in less than an hour, so not bad. 16 minutes. Let's get it to within 10 minutes. Are we close enough? There, we can see it now. Now, how long does it take to slow us down, do you think? Once I get to 30 kilometers, let's slow ourselves down a bit. So we want to make sure that I can actually stop. So I'll slow to like 100 meters per second. Yeah, I honestly, when I get these new versions, some of the stuff I try, other stuff I don't have time to try. So, if you remember when they first added planets, the first video that I did publicly was going to Duna, and I'd actually made a point of not going to Duna because I wanted to kind of show the whole thing fresh, and that's why I kept on crashing, because I really was not very good at it. So I haven't attempted these asteroid mining things yet. Okay, now I'm going to throttle up and slow myself down again. I might overshoot just a little. Anti-target. Retrograde. I want to slow my velocity relative to the target. 4 kilometers out. Am I slowing down enough? Yeah, I'm slowing down enough, so I'll let myself get in a little closer. I spy an asteroid. We should probably get the arm fired up, and we should fire up the lights. There we go. And we're doing just fine. Oh, X. We're just gonna let ourselves float to within as close as it will let us. And then we'll go in and we'll start mining this for this sweet, sweet, sweet asteroid juice. That's what they call it, technically. Okay, so now we want to point... Wait a second, has my asteroid relative thing has gone. That's a problem. That's a bug. I think these things are supposed to still remain visible. Because my orientation towards the asteroid has not in fact changed. Okay, I'm going to be coming in at 1 meter per second, and then we'll use RCS just to keep it pointed correctly. So now I can actually point at the target. Okay, let's see, what do you think? Do you think we're on course? Oh, this is the one. I want to time accelerate. Just so we can get it in quickly. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Yes. Oh, anyone noticed the obvious bug, by the way, with this design? I have the lights and they're shining through the solar panels, so it's not illuminating the asteroid. I was doing it correctly originally. Okay, so now we're within about 100 meters. This is quite big rock actually. So I'm gonna slow down just a touch. 0.6 meters per second. When we see the lights illuminating the asteroid, it will be a sign that we are close enough to actually do some serious analysis. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go and balance this out. So this... No, I want to go this way a little. I'm gonna slow down just a touch because I want to aim for this light area. I want to grab it by a bit that I can actually see. So there we go. Touch, 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 touch. Why is it? It seems to be moving around quite a bit. Okay. No! There you... Why don't you want to do this? Grab it! Grab it, I say. There we go! Sweet! Okay. Did anyone actually analyze this to see if we had stuff on it, or should I just drill? I'm just going to deploy the drill. Why not? I have no idea if there was ore in this asteroid. I should have probably actually... Status asteroid harvester. Ore! Yeah, I don't think there's any ore in this. I never brought any sensors along! Genius! Let's start asteroid harvesting. Oh, and we got ore! We got ore! Sweet. Okay, and so, can I start this thing producing liquid fuel? Stunning! We are victorious. We did this, and we did it with time to spare. 40 minutes. I am amazed that I did this. I'm just frankly blown away by how cool this is. How are we doing in terms of this is not overheating or anything. Let's send Bill out for an EVA so we can appreciate how cool this thing is. The Kerbal Space Program is indeed victorious today. Look at that. This is quite a big rock. I didn't notice. How big is it? Was it a Class E? Or was it a Class A? Oh, look at that. Is that not beautiful? I wish the only thing one of the big downsides to having like a 1.0, pre-release is that not all of the mods work, and in particular the ambient light mod will just refuse to work because it says you're running a version I don't know anything about. There, look at that. I'm gonna go up now. There is so much to be seen here. And as was said, yes, Shapeways have a competition. We have 1.0 release, and if you have not yet bought Kerbal Space Program, incidentally, the game is going to be available on the Good Old Games, the GOG.com store, and in about 20 minutes we will be hooking up with GOG.com, and I will be doing a completely different stream. It will probably be a newbie stream explaining what Kerbal Space Program is and how you can do funny stuff with it. Okay. This I think is rather victorious. Okay, let's board. Oh. Board. I wonder if we can actually see the asteroid from inside. No, it's above us. The asteroid is up there, so we can't actually see. Okay. So now, what should I do? Anyway. Hey Scott O. So let's go back to the Space Center. I guess we can leave these guys getting their fuel. Yeah, well, Kerbal Space Program came along at a very interesting time for me. Basically, Kerbal Space Program came along, and it was one of the few games where you actually knowing the laws of physics was very helpful. So, I don't know, I guess I just happened to be in the right place and knowing about Kerbal Space, knowing about physics, so I could actually talk about the mechanics involved, and British, so therefore my accent stood out a little. I don't know why some people gravitated to me than someone else. I mean, Kurt J. Mack, if you remember, he was a very early promoter of the game, and nowadays, he has about the same number of subscribers. He doesn't have nearly the same number of viewers, and it's a shame because he was an early pioneer, and he does cool stuff with Far Lands or Bust, which is of course exploiting the Kraken in Minecraft in many other ways. Do we have anything here worth playing? You know what? Let's spend 5 more minutes with Spacecraft. Actually, what I should do is just try the... Whatever happened to Macy Dean? I know. I did see him after he stopped producing content. So we have... Oh, actually, so there is one interesting thing about the... Where is it we've got? We've got this one. The Raven Spear Mark 1. Oh, you know what I should have done, right? Oh man, how do I do this? So this was the one that exploded on me. Yeah, I should load the auto-saved version with the more awesome engines. Can I make this more survivable? I could probably add wing strakes here, right? I'm just wondering if I could have just flown that thing with a little bit of help. I can fly with a little help from these strakes. Yeah, that's not going to work too well. Let's try this, actually. Rotate. This is terrible. Never mind. I'm just wasting my time here. The strakes will totally explode. So yeah, 10 minutes. Actually, I'm about to go off the air temporarily while I get set up to join up with the other streams. So yeah, feel free to say farewell. We're about to do something. Oh yes. This actually can turn really hard. So the beautiful thing is, I can make this thing turn so hard that it breaks. For those of you who wanted the new aerodynamics to be easier than what FAR offers, I'm sorry, but this is what we have. Okay, can I land this thing in reverse? What do you think? So when we go down, we're gonna pitch up. Okay, I gotta keep the vertical speed low. Come on! Look. Hey, look at this! Excellent! Victory! Okay guys, I'm gonna go off air for a while, get myself set up, and then we'll be coming back with a GOG TV. And see ya all. Fly safe.